Christmas time is here, by golly, disapproval would be folly. Deck the halls with hunks of holly, fill the cup and don't say when. Kill the turkeys, ducks, and chickens, mix the punch, drag out the dickens. Even though the prospect sickens, brother, here we go again.
Welcome back, my fellow agents. Thank you, probably Dr. Tom Lehrer, but Mr. Tom Lehrer, for that lovely Christmas Day introduction from his A Christmas Carol, Songs and More by Tom Lehrer in the public domain. Once again, thank you, Tom. Today, we're going to talk about Dinosaur some more because I didn't remember the movie I wanted to review. So I have lots of pictures. So we're going to White Post, Virginia, and we're going to visit Dinosaur Land. We're going to visit in 1971 and 2001, so a 30-year difference, and I guess I've still got a couple more years to get back there till it's another 30 years since I've been there. Be that as it may, let's get on with this. Here's the cover of the booklet, and they were still 75 cents back when I visited in 2000. Was it 2000? Maybe 2000 or 2001. So before we get too much further, please like, share, subscribe, vote in the poll. Nope, there won't be a poll. Sorry. But leave a comment and be sure to ring that bell. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please watch just for a couple more minutes. It really helps the algorithm. I hope you all have your big old bowl of hummus of perfection and your favorite delivery method. I do have the mascot Hug and Toot here watching. You can't see him, but you'll see a great ancestor of his sometime here coming up. All right, so this is the booklet in front of it, the Brontosaurus excelsus. This is before it had been changed into a nomen dubium, and now it's back. So as far as I'm concerned, that is one. And there's information there. Get the Trachodon. Now it's a Hadrosaur or a Natotitan, if you will, as we found out earlier today. Saber-toothed cat. And the king of the Tyrant King, King Rex, Tyrant Lizard King. They left out one. Close enough. 20 feet high and weighs 8 to 10 tons. That's even more than Dr. Baker gives him. But I think these are the daughters of the owners there. I'm not 100% sure, but dig those swinging 70s fashions. So here's a picture I took way back when. Now, most of the dinosaurs you can easily see, but some of them are small and more difficult to see. But they're always dangerous, especially the smaller ones. And it is an educational prehistoric forest. So, if you're trying to get your parents to buy you more stuff, tell them to go there. Now there's, I think, I'll put a link in here to both the park and the Wikipedia page. Gallery's got, I don't know, tons of them in here. No gallery. Anyway, thanks, Dinosaur Land. I don't know how many. There are at least 40 or 50 now in there. It originally started in 1963, founded by Joseph Geraci. So this makes it Geraci's Park. It was called Rebel Corner. It was until the name was changed in 1967. Your humble agent first visited in 1971, and apparently it left an impression on him from way back then. There are non-dinosaur and prehistoric animal sculptures, such as this giant shark, who there is a lawyer in his mouth. I'm not sure if he's eating him or throwing him up. That would be one of my cousins, the Tuckosaurus. And there's the sign. These are all pictures I've taken back in, again, had to be 2000-ish. Yes, I would say so. And we're just going to go, they're not in any particular order. I mean, you walk around the park, nothing moves. It's just this gorgeous. And these pictures were taken probably in 70 or the late 60s, early 70s, before I got there. Because, and there are two kids who are right next to that very same Ankylosaurus. The cool one is wearing jams because he's cool. Although I remember not liking them very much. But and that's my younger brother. My sainted mother took all the pictures that you'll see from 1971. Now another person took this picture, and I do believe that Ankylosaurus has been repainted since then. Yeah, that's definitely, I don't know. The park definitely had grown up in 30 years. There's the Allosaurus fragilis, which I think looks a lot like that particular Allosaurus fragilis. So, I mean, I don't know which. I think this one came second, but I mean, come on. And I hope that the Allosaurus picture's in here because they're. Oh, it might not have been in the booklet. It might have been post booklet. So, Proconsobnathus, gee, many Christmas. Corythosaurus. Oh, what is this? And I did not cue up the song, which I'm really kind of annoyed by. Let's see if I can find it in a hurry. I think if I go about 20 seconds in here, we'll get the answer to this.
We got the bony crown. Has the hardest head around.
All right, so can't have a picture of a Packy without have the song. Thank you again, Howdy Tunes. Subscribe to them on Spotify and or both YouTube as well for more mentally dinosaur tunes, among other things, and animation. They're cartoons as well. Cartoons. Now we have the Diatrima, the terror bird. It was a meat eater. It was not a meat eater. We know that now. The things that we've learned in 50 years, right? And then our Stegosaurus stenops. I don't have to mention that is the state fossil of Colorado. The iguanodon, one of the very first dinosaurs ever found. And now we know it doesn't really look like that at all, but that's okay. I like these. I love that the fact that even though the park has gotten bigger with more modern day representations, they keep the old ones because I think it's important to know from whence we came. Higgintoot agrees. Mammoth, that is not its prehistoric name. Pardon me, it's not a scientific name, just what people call it now. This is not a prehistoric monster. I mean, there probably were mantises around. I don't know how long they've been around. They're very cool bugs. And you can see one in the giant mantis, the Deadly Mantis science fiction movie that we should review at some point in time. We haven't talked too much about the giant bugs of science fiction. Moscops was not a dinosaur. It was I don't know if that was a proto-mammal or not, but it wasn't a dinosaur. Oviraptor, now known as, I think the egg stealer is what it means. Now they know that they didn't steal eggs, but that's what it was called then. Plateosaurus, again, a very early Triassic dinosaur. There is the two goofs with their Plateosaurus. At least they're not crawling on it, right? Where the signs say, do not get on the dinosaurs. That's important to remember for later on. Protoceratops, they named that obviously because, because they figure they were the first of the ceratopsians. Where's the history? Jeez, I don't want to search anymore. So, and was the one that they found out laid their eggs, found the first eggs there. Let's see if we can get back to Tom.
So send some useless old utensil, rob him all the more on Christmas Day. Go again.
There we go. Sorry. Forgot that I needed to cue up the Packy song and blew it. All right. Protoceratops, found in Mongolia. Oh, it says that. Psittacosaurus. I don't even know. Once again, these all came probably from the 1930s. And that Andrew, what's his name? And my beloved Pteranodon. Perhaps this is what caused me to love Pteranodons, aside from Turu. But you can tell this was also very much based on 1 million years BC, because look at the bat wings this Pteranodon has. And it does look like it has flown backwards into that very out of place cactus sculpture. Poor Pteranodon. Oh, and they knew he was warm-blooded. How about that? Gigantic. I love them. And that's how it looks today. And there's their new one that hovers above you, far more accurate, smaller. Actually, they're both about the same size, I would say. Now, when you tell someone to look terrified of it and you're crawling around on the ground trying to get this shot, they don't always listen to you and just start laughing. And there's our T-Rex again, higher than the top of a second-story window. Well, they got most of it right. Saltoposuchus, I guess, Triassic period, small dinosaur, much bigger than the one should be. There's your prehistoric sloth, who looked terrifying with those claws, and you probably wouldn't really want to mess with it simply because those claws are terrifying and gigantic. And here's this is a page from these are all pages from the book. Some of the pictures I've taken, some that my sainted mother took, and it's Precambrian, Paleozoic, Mesozoic, fun stuff. They don't show there's a trilobite-ish thing, invertebrates. Maybe that's what the JoJo saw yesterday from Journey to the Beginning of Time. And there's Torchy. Well, I call him Torchy from Land of the Lost, but the Dimetrodon, also not a dinosaur. No matter what this says, not a dinosaur. Synapsid, proto-mammal, but very impressive with the sail. These sculptures were all done by, the ones that are in the pictures here, original sculptures, were done by James Q. Sidwell, who designed the ones for the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago. So he did several of them, and 35 of the dinosaurs were created by Sidwell. The newer ones, Mark Klein, and I believe that others have been. Apparently, there were pictures of Dracula and the Mummy, but I've never seen those. King Kong foam henge. I don't think I've ever seen a foam henge. That's a foam Stonehenge, or as someone might say, a Stenhenge. And there is your humble agent who had a much darker beard 20 years ago. King Cobra. There were snakes in the later Cretaceous, but nothing this size. Yeah, it's just there's our Triceratops. Montana, the state fossil of Wyoming, or state dinosaur of Wyoming, Tylosaurus. They lived. Lots of fossils have been found in Kansas because it was underwater at that very time. Yaleosaurus, he's a Yaley. Oh, I wonder if they have a Harvard-saurus, right? Yeah, I know. Bad joke. I think this is a missing link. That is my second cousin, whose name I've now forgotten. So I think and me. There we are. That's by Kaiju Oji, or Monster Prince. My brother's hiding for some reason. And I wrote back in 2000. This is December, January 2000. I wrote an article for Prehistoric Times, A Visit to Dinoland. I don't think he wanted me to get the headlining, but that's how it turned out. A lot of those pictures. This is before I'd visited again. And my cousin, I went back for a wedding, and that's when he went, and then I went back 2 days in a row, hence the two different pictures of me. And if you want to read more about it, you can find issue 40 of Zenorama available on Amazon. It's got all kinds of dinosaur parks from around the world. It goes down to Brazil, and some are still there, some are gone. And look at, there's another Pachycephalosaurus. See, I told you Higgin-Toot would be well represented in this episode. This is from Dinosaur in Colorado, the other one. And that's it. It's a pretty short little episode here today because I really don't have much else going on. It's Christmas. I'm lucky to get this out. So, my fellow agents, this is X7 signing off. Remember, if you do remember who you are going to ask to go to Dinosaur Land with you. It's a tricky proposition on occasion, but generally well rewarded. So until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off, and here to Tom.
On Christmas Day you can't get sore, your fellow man you must adore. There's time to rob him all the more, the other 306 a day afore. Relations sparing no expense'll send some useless old utensil, or a matching pen and pencil, just the thing I need. How nice. It doesn't matter how sincere it is, nor how heartfelt the spirit. Sentiment will not endear it. What's important is the price.
Come travel with these four adventurous boys as they explore the past in an exciting expedition that takes them 300 million years back through the ages in their journey to the beginning of time. An extraordinary recreation of history, acclaimed by Dr. Edwin H. Colbert of the American Museum of Natural History as absolutely authentic. A thrilling and enlightening adventure story of the development of life on Earth.
Look out! They've seen us! Here they come! Watch out!
Why, that was close.
We didn't have to worry anyhow. It says here in my notes that they only eat fish.
Oh, sure. That's because they never tasted a boy before.
See the Stegosaurus, the Trachodon, the Brontosaurus, the Mammoth. All of them, and many other amazements of the past, come spectacularly alive in this fantastic film, Journey to the Beginning of Time.